YouTube, what is good? Welcome back to another video. And once again, shout out to the real ones, the people watching my videos, the people hitting the like button, the people that are subscribed. And if you're watching this video from post notice, you're a GOAT. You're a real one. You're just the truth. Like, honestly, I respect you. I appreciate you. And it just makes me want to keep uploading. So I appreciate it a lot. Every single one of you. We're day by day becoming closer to our goals. So it means a lot and I appreciate it. But with that being said, y'all already know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notices. You don't want to miss an upload. Once again, we got a lot of content coming out, so you want to be on the lookout. We're getting closer and closer to a new 2K, so I'm happy about that. But today we do have another build, one I created myself. It is a center build inspired by Karl Anthony Towns, you know, Big Purr. I think you guys are going to like it. It's a pretty fire build, so let's go ahead and hop right into it. So up first, we got position center, height 7 foot, weight 250 pounds, and wingspan 7 foot. So I had to go lowest wingspan because I wanted this build to be able to shoot. But the build is a 2-way, 3-level scoring threat. Pretty fire build name. I like it a lot. Let's go ahead and hop right into the attributes. So up first, we got a 92 close shot. So I actually upgraded this to 92 myself. I wanted to have some, you know, some under the basket game. Cat can play under the basket. He can shoot the ball. He's really like one of a kind, honestly. Low-key, probably the best big man shooter ever, but I wanted to make sure we had this because Cat can play under the basket. Going to get you gold paint prodigy, Hall of Fame, float game, and gold hook specialist. On to the driving layup. We got a 70 driving layup. Now, do I wish this could be higher? Yes, but it couldn't be higher. I had to leave it here, but 70 still isn't bad for a 7 foot big. Driving dunk, we got a 73. I like this. You're going to get some decent dunk packages, going to get posterizer. So I'm pretty happy about this. Once again, you really can't make Cat on this game, and I had to sacrifice some stuff. So driving layup and driving dunk were two of the things that I had to sacrifice on this build. Now up next, we got a 74 driving dunk. Listen, I always tell you guys, you do not have to make this build exactly how I say it. This is how I like, or how I want it to make this build. You can take this build, use it as a template, and tweak it to your liking to make your own build. I went with lower finishing, well, driving and standing dunk, just because, yeah, Cat can drive and get a bucket, but he's not doing that too much, and I wanted to make sure that this build was really good in other areas. So I got 74 standing dunk. I'm actually okay with this. You're still going to get animations, still going to be able to finish at the basket. You got a high close shot, so you shouldn't have a problem down there. Post control, you get an 87. Now, I was debating making this lower because I personally feel like Cat doesn't have that much of a post game, but a lot of people feel like he does. So I was like, you know what? Let's give him some post control. I gave him an 87. Gonna get Hall of Fame post fade phenom, gold post up poet, gold hook specialist, silver post powerhouse, and silver unpluckable. I like it a lot. Very, very, very close to Cat. Now on to the shooting. Once again, like I said, Cat is probably low-key the greatest shooting big man ever, but you're gonna get a 93 mid-range shot. I like this. You're gonna get set shot specialist on Hall of Fame, post fade phenom Hall of Fame, and gold deadeye, and then you're gonna get an 83 3-point shot. Now, do I wish this could be higher? Yes, but I'm gonna take my max +1 tier 1 and put it on limitless range, so you get silver and limitless range. Going to make this build a deadly shooter, especially from deep. I'm telling you, even just silver, you can shoot from pretty far. And it's going to make this build a deadly shooter. Like I said, free throw, you get a 78. You'll be able to knock them down. If they foul you off of getting a rebound in the rec, you'll be able to knock them down. So don't be mad at me. Here you go. I gave you a little bit of free throw. Now on to the playmaking. This is where I kind of started putting my touches onto this build while still trying to keep it really Cat. But we got an 82 pass accuracy. Now, everybody know Cat don't be throwing no dimes like that. But I wanted to make sure this build could be used in multiple game modes. And having a big and rec, you want to have high pass accuracy. So this build is going to get break starter on silver, versatile visionary, and dimer on gold. I like that a lot, especially for a center build. Ball handle, you get a 74. Now, the reason I went with 74 ball handle is because I want to be able to get some animations. Because like I said, I still want to be able to use this build in multiple game modes. So 74 ball handle is going to get you some decent animations. Speed with ball, we went with the 55. You gotta be 6'11" or shorter to get lightning launch anyways, so I wasn't really pushing it for this build, but 55 ain't terrible for a 7-foot center. Now on to the defense, another part of a build where I kind of put my touches, not really Cat, but still kind of close. Interior defense, we went with the 88. I wanted to make sure I got post lockdown on gold and had paint patroller on silver. If I'm gonna have a big, gotta be able to guard the rack, bro. Gotta be a good rim protector. Perimeter defense took a hard hit. I would like to have higher, but you're a 7-foot center. You shouldn't be guarding the perimeter. We don't have any on this build. Steal, you get a 60. I don't spam square. I don't think you need much steal on this game, but getting bronze interceptor is going to help out a little bit. So I'm pretty happy about that. Wanted to make sure I got that on this build. Block, we went with the 84. Now I went with 84 once again so I could get paint patroller silver and so I could get high flying denier silver. Wanted to make sure I had both of those badges. High flying denier, first off, is the most reliable badge on this game, and I've only been using it on bronze, so I can only imagine what silver is like, especially with the higher block on a build that's supposed to be getting blocked. So I was pretty happy about that. Now on to the rebounding. Cat is a really good rebounder, and I had to save some points, so I pulled a move that y'all will pull, and I put offensive rebound up to 92. Going to get you gold rebound chaser, gold box out beast. I'm really happy with it. You still get the rebound animations. Then defensive rebound, you get a 77. So you'll still be able to grab boards with no problem, bro. I promise you. You get the badges to go with it. Going to make this build a very good rebounder. Now on to the physicals. Part of the build that I was kind of disappointed in, but you got to remember 2K, you can't just make like these crazy demigod builds. Like you can make really good builds, but they're going to be limited in some areas, especially for a 7-footer. So you're only going to get 65 speed on this build. Cat is probably faster than 65 speed, but being 7 foot on 2K, had to accept it. Agility, you get a 50. Now, I don't think this is too far off. I don't think Cat is super agile, but it's still a little low to me. Now, strength, we went to 84. I don't think Cat is super strong, but he's not weak either, so I like the 84. I feel like that's average for a center. You're still going to get box out beast gold, post lockdown gold. You get brick wall silver, not the best, but this build is really a popper anyways, so as long as you can stick a screen and pop out real quick, you're going to be really good. Last but not least, you get a 74 vertical. Had to go 74 to get the high flying denier and pogo stick. Wanted to make sure I had those badges. Like I said, I was trying to make Cat, but I was trying to keep it where the build was still very viable for multiple game modes. And I think I did a really good job. The attributes on this build are fire. Let's go ahead and hit continue and see what we get for the shades. You're gonna get shades of Chris Bosh, Nikola Jokic, and Domantas Sabonis. Those are all Cat archetypes in a way. Chris Bosh, a stretch shooter. Jokic, just, you know, the new premier big man, same with Sabonis. And I think I really got those two because of the pass accuracy. But you have built a two-way, 3-level scoring threat. I think the build is fire. I think it's a really good build. You could definitely take it to multiple game modes. It's a really good big, got really good attributes. You guys let me know in the comment section how you feel about the build. Is it fire? Is it trash? If it's trash, let me know why you think it's trash. And if you feel like you like the build and you just need to make a couple tweaks, let me know in the comment section what you would tweak to make this build any better. Like I said, I think it's a really good build already, but everybody can tweak it to their own liking. But with that being said, grading this build from A to F, being Karl Anthony Towns, I'm going to go A- because it's really close, but it's really hard to make Cat with the builder. And on top of that, I kind of made him a bit better than what Cat would be anyways. But the shooting, we're right there. Now, grading this build from A to F on being able to use it in multiple game modes, A+. You can take this build to the ones court because you can handle the ball, you can score down low, you can shoot the lights out. You could play defense against other bigs, gonna have no problem. You can take it to the twos, you're the perfect big man for that. Unless you want to run a crazy big lineup with two bigs and be annoying, you're still a really good big for that because you can handle the ball a little bit. Now, taking this to threes, you're the perfect 3, bro. Or if you run a big lineup, you could be the 2 or the 3. It's going to work out perfectly fine, and you can take this build to the rec, and you can run the 4 or the 5, and it's going to make this build just very, very good. It's a really good build to have for the rec. That's kind of what I was going for, but you could take this build to every single game mode, so I got to give it an A+, bro. But if you made it this far into the video, I appreciate you. You're a real one. Hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on post noties. And yeah, I appreciate it a lot. That's all I got for y'all today. Once again, let me know in the comment section how you feel about this build. Be on the lookout for more uploads. We got a lot more content coming soon, so just be ready. That's all I can say, is just be ready. But I appreciate you all. That's all I got today. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.